here with Ray Youssef, CEO of Paxful. Can you tell us a little bit about Paxful, Ray? A little bit about yourself, I suppose, and a little bit about Paxful.
Yeah, man. Hey, Reuben, how are you, man? I'm Ray from New York City. I grew up there my entire life, and I've had about maybe 13 startups or 14 startups in my life. 2 were very successful, the first 2. Then I had 11 failures in a row, which is pretty rough. But then I started Paxful with a guy I met from Estonia in New York at my very first Bitcoin meetup. And we both, loved Bitcoin because it could help the little guy. And that's why we started it, So we got together, we worked on something, it didn't work, we pivoted to Bitcoin, to a peer-to-peer marketplace, because at the time I was actually homeless. I spent all my money in those startups and I didn't have enough to keep going. And a friend of ours came to me and said, "Hey, Ray, do you know, you can you make 100% profit selling Bitcoins for a certain kind of gift card."
Yeah.
I was like, "What? No way, why would anyone do that?" Tried it and it worked, right? So it worked. All of a sudden I wasn't homeless anymore. My co-founder Arthur Shabak and I scaled everything up, got our friends involved, and we said, hey, there needs to be a platform that's specific just for this, that helps people actually do this, helps the unbanked get Bitcoin and get it fast without hassle, and helps people like us make a business doing this. And that's how we built Paxful.
Yeah. So, it's a peer-to-peer marketplace. Is it predominantly for Bitcoin? I think it's always said to be second biggest after local Bitcoins, right, Paxful? So, can you differentiate or how where does it fit into the picture?
Yeah, so it's interesting. Paxful, by volume, it's second biggest. By number of transactions, it's first biggest by a mile. The amount that people buy is much, much lower because we deal with the unbanked, and we're really big in Africa, especially Western Africa,
yes,
Nigeria, Ghana. So by number of transactions, we're the biggest by far, right? But by volume, not so much, but we focus mostly on the unbanked, small amounts, gift cards, etc. So what Paxful and local Bitcoins are both, their core is they're an escrow and listing service, right? But Paxful is very different in that we focus on a totally different market group and we solve totally different problems. And we build, we're putting things on rails. You'll see it in our new version. We're putting things like the patterns that we see over and over again based on use cases. We're making that easier and easier. I'll give you guys an example. And this is really interesting for me because I had no idea why all these Nigerians were joining our platform, and we have over 2 million users, and all of them wanted Bitcoins. And we had no idea. And then I started talking to them because I do support myself at least 3 times a week myself, and I learned something very interesting. Basically 4 main use cases for Nigeria. Number 1 is preservation of wealth, right? Because in Nigeria, their local currency has gone down by 90% in the past 2 years. Imagine 90% of your life savings gone.
So this is when people talk about volatility of Bitcoin, they don't really know what they're talking about. If they're comparing it to real world examples of currencies that are plummeting, that's pretty stable, right?
Exactly. Fees are not the issue for them. Access, period, is the issue. For example, if you want to buy an iPhone X in Nigeria, right? It's a $1,000 phone, right? Or $1,100 phone. In Nigeria, if you have a bank account, about 20% to 30% of the population does, but even if you have that and you have a bank card, Visa or MasterCard, your bank limits you to about $100 a month total you can spend with that credit card, right? That debit card. You're not buying an iPhone X. Some of the banks have recently raised it to $1,000, but you're still not buying an iPhone X for that, right? So what do these people do? What they were doing is they were going on Paxful, buying $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, putting out an offer saying, hey, I want to, sell my Bitcoins for Alipay. Or they would find someone who was already willing to buy a bit of an offer that he would buy Bitcoins for Alipay. And they're like, yeah, great. Here's $1,000 of Bitcoin. Send $1,100 of Bitcoin, or even $1,000 of Bitcoin to my Alipay account. And then from there, they buy an iPhone from AliExpress. So they just got around the blockade, just like that. Another example is importing, right? A big business in Nigeria is importing cars for 500% profit. They get cars from America or Europe, sell them in Nigeria, 500% profit they make. This is how the market is, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was all these entrepreneurs that were doing this can't do it anymore because the Central Bank of Nigeria stopped letting them send money out of the country. Stopped letting them convert their nairas to USD or euros. So how are they going to pay the auction house? How are they going to pay the shipping agent, right? So what these Nigerians would do is they put, say they were a 1992 Range Rover, right? From a Detroit auction house. They'd fill their Paxful wallet with about $6,000 worth of Bitcoin, the price of the car. Then they started trade with someone, an American guy, for bank transfer to sell their Bitcoins to him. And the American guy would be like, sure, just give me your bank account. They didn't have a bank account, an American bank account. So instead they gave him the auction house's bank account.
Yes.
Boom. You just borrowed someone else's bank account. This is the power of peer-to-peer finance. When people ask you, what's Bitcoin good for? What can it buy? Well, on Paxful, you can get 65% off Whole Foods with Bitcoin, which is cool, but in reality, that's not Bitcoin. That's peer-to-peer finance.
Sure.
That, right? It's a whole other thing. Like, I mean, the whole peer-to-peer financial revolution it's happening right now. It's in its infancy, but it really started first with a component of a peer-to-peer currency, right?
Yeah.
Peer-to-peer cash, that's Bitcoin. Then this amazing community, like the human layer built around that, all these people, all this work and all this education and all these people that are willing to get in and out of Bitcoin, right? And then the third component is a kind of universal translator for money, right?
Yes.
Something that can allow you to put in a gift card code in here, get Bitcoin, and then turn that Bitcoin into another gift card to two peer-to-peer transactions. And that's basically what Paxful is. It's like at its core, it's a marketplace, but really it functions as a universal translator for money. Someone can go in and put in an Amazon gift card code, card that they buy with cash, put the code into Paxful, and boom, it just turned into Bitcoin. And then from there, they can sell that and it can get turned into an Xbox gift card.
Sure.
Or a PayPal deposit.
So is it like,
cash.
I mean, for people who would kind of look at this and sort of say it sounds too easy, sounds too good to be true. I mean, what have you guys been doing to kind of to get ahead of the regulation? Obviously, we're in Estonia where they're fairly liberal about this stuff, or they're quite forward thinking. I mean, what's the situation? What's the bigger picture? I mean, for you guys, I mean, how does this play out?
Well, everyone talks about regulation and AML, and those challenges are actually pretty easy to solve. The hard thing, and the really hard thing, it's like 1,000 times harder, is the scams and the fraud. Think about it like this. The person on Paxful buying Bitcoin is very safe, right? But selling the Bitcoin is dangerous, right? Because if you say there's a guy on Paxful, his name is Master Yang, he does very well. He makes about $30,000 a month in profit selling Bitcoin with his PayPal account, right? 30,000 bucks a month, that's not too bad. He charges a 30% fee for selling Bitcoins with his PayPal account. Why 30%? Why so high? Because it's risky. You can actually charge back a PayPal transaction just like that, even if you send it as friends and family. And a lot of people have done it, but he's gotten really good at protecting himself, right? He'll first make sure that your account is verified. He'll ask you for ID or in a selfie to make sure you're the guy that actually owns the account, that you're not a hacker. And then just to make sure you're not some gambling addict that's trying to scam him, he might ask for your Facebook account and other things just to make sure, just to protect himself, right? He's kind of developed a sixth sense, right? So that is the real risk there. If you're selling Bitcoin, it's extremely profitable and lucrative. However, there are risks, right? You have to learn how to protect yourself. And different payment methods have different levels of risk. For example, Western Union, fairly safe. Cash deposit, fairly safe, right? It all depends. But regulation, I mean, we've got, really good lawyers working on things, but we don't have any fiat accounts. Paxful doesn't maintain a bank account.
Sure.
Sell Bitcoin itself. We're just a listing and escrow service.
Yeah.
So it's up to the person selling the Bitcoin to actually be right with the law. And we try to advise our vendors as best we can, but we don't know what the laws are in every regionality. I think you guys might have heard that on local Bitcoins, people are getting busted right now.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's kind of like, what's the next wave? But now, from what I understand about Paxful, again, it's just a platform, and however people want to, it's a marketplace. So you can't really, and that goes with my ethos, or like the sort of bigger Bitcoin ethos of it's a free market, really, right? So the market should self-regulate at some point.
Yeah, we try to. It's all about education. Really.
Yeah.
Everything's up in the air right now. A lot of vendors ask us, "Do I need a money transmitter license?" We tell them at least very least register with FinCEN, right? Don't do over like 100K. Paxful doesn't let you do over 10,000 right now, And we're also like local Bitcoin's not even letting you trade at all unless you KYC on their platform. We deal with a lot of the unbanked peoples in the world, right? People that need help. I mean, we're all about the original mission of Bitcoin to help the little guy. So it's an entirely different product in that sense, but technologically speaking, we're very similar. But you're going to see our new version coming out soon, our app. I think you guys will be very pleased. We're really looking to solve a lot more problems.
Cool. Well, sir, look, just before we go, we're here in Estonia, beautiful sunny summer day. What's your experience for a New Yorker moving to such a quaint backwater of former USSR?
Estonia is great. It's a little slow for a New Yorker, especially. So I've but it's a beautiful, summer day here in Estonia.
It is.
Summer here lasts about 2 weeks. The winter lasts like 9 months. I can't take another winter in this place. But Estonia is a great place. It's pretty awesome. It's good people, great cheese. Cheese is good. Nature is beautiful. It's like the last wooded European country that hasn't chopped down all their forests.
That's true.
Yet,
Yeah.
And Old Town is very charming. Everyone should come and check it out.
And the people are cool as well. I always thought Estonian people are very nice. I've always had a nice time here. So look, good to catch up and stay in touch.
Absolutely. Pleasure.